so I think it's a good time to chat about this.
Yeah, let's do it.
Christopher Mad Dog Russo, for no apparent reason, absolutely torched Lamar Jackson for one bad game this season. I don't know if you guys saw this, but he did go on First Take yesterday, as he always does on Wednesdays, and absolutely ripped Lamar Jackson and gave every reason why he thinks Josh Allen should be the MVP. So take a listen.
You know, the recency bias here is undeniable. A couple weeks ago, Lamar was the greatest thing since sliced bread. Now we have one weekend where Josh Allen, he played phenomenal. I love Josh. Josh is one of the best quarterbacks we've ever seen. But one weekend, it took for you to now say Lamar Jackson went from being the greatest quarterback of all time to all the way down the totem pole there.
Stephen A., can I just ask one quick question? That quote, I just want to be clear, that didn't sound like something you would say. Maybe Stephen A. would use those,
I'm surprised,
those names and references.
Kimberly came up with Buck Buchanan. That's a nice job.
Kimberly did it. That was a Mad Dog special.
One other thing.
What?
May I?
Yeah,
Steve,
go.
You can take those 2 MVPs.
Oh, here we go.
Not.
Don't say it.
And you can put them where the sun don't shine.
That's
2 weeks ago, you were saying he was better than Patrick Mahomes. Now, all of a sudden,
those MVPs.
That's disrespectful.
That's true. That's true.
Talk about prisoner of the moment.
Talking seriously, but you know, by the way, that's
Kimberly.
That smirk right there.
From Stephen A.
Well, the smirk right there, but also from Mad Dog Russo. To me, I'm like, you don't believe what you're saying.
No way.
You do not believe what you're saying. And yeah, shout out Kimberly Martin. Always when you need, she puts on Lamar Jackson Superman cape to defend him.
I love it. Weren't you the one who 2 weeks ago said he was better than Patrick Mahomes? Because he was the one who said that.
He said it was the greatest of all time. He said it was
my goodness,
greatest quarterback of all time. And then one weekend he has a bad day.
That smirk said it all. And maybe he was popping a couple gummies too, makes you feel better as well and relax. But he knows what he's doing. But let's stop this. Josh Allen, unbelievable player. Yeah. If the Ravens didn't have Lamar Jackson, hell yeah, I'd want Josh Allen.
Yeah.
I'd probably say, you know, I still love Patrick Mahomes too, but I'm so thankful that we don't have to have that discussion because Lamar Jackson is going to go down as one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the position.
Yeah.
And I think that's not a fact. Or sorry, that is a fact. It's not a bias. That is a fact.
Yeah. Yeah.
It baffles me that
every pundit this week since the Steelers loss and because of what Josh Allen did against the Chiefs have like flipped 180 degrees, forgot everything that Lamar Jackson has done this season, and then is basing their opinions on one game. Yeah. All the stats that they've all brought up all week long, you could say the same for Lamar Jackson, and he's done them better than Josh Allen. That goes that's turnovers, rushing yards, passing yards, rushing touchdowns, rushing or passing touchdowns, all of it. Passer rating, completion percentage, literally everything Lamar Jackson has done better than Josh Allen this season. And need I remind you that they also beat the shit out of the Bills this season as well.
Well, you know, the bigger part for me that I'm noticing, Brad, is that some of the arguments that people are making, they're going, Josh is doing it in spite of the lack of talent that he has around him. Yeah. They don't, and I go, timeout.
Yeah. Lamar Jackson.
Timeout.
Yeah.
That Lamar Jackson, you're telling me with Josh Allen, yes, this is probably for his cast. They don't have Stephon Diggs. Mm-hmm. And now they've had an injury-riddled team at times. They're missing Dalton Kincaid, who is a big part of the team. James Cook missed the game. Oh, and their team is winning games with a less talented offense. What the hell has Lamar Jackson been doing when he won his first MVP and Willie Snead was number one wide receiver? Also, by the way, love Willie Snead. Yeah. That's just the reality. Last year, Zay Flowers as a rookie was the number one. You lost your number one threat in Mark Andrews against the Cincinnati Bengals, and you won games. Lamar's winning percentage with or without a top wide receiver is still at the top of the game. The only thing you're going to knock Lamar Jackson on is getting to a Super Bowl. Josh Allen and the Bills haven't gotten to one.
No.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here and I'm going, damn, Josh is a phenomenal player right now. And I'm not just the reality. If the Bills go on with this record, Josh is going to win the MVP.
Without a doubt.
And I would be so damn happy for him. But to sit here and go, Lamar's just not that good anymore. Well, And the reason being that Josh Allen's doing it with less.
Yeah.
That's a narrative that Ravens fans have had to live with, is that Lamar can't play in big moments. And all he's done, regardless of his supporting cast, has gone out there and shown what he's capable of doing. And that is being not just one of the best mobile quarterbacks, being one of the best quarterbacks, period.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah. And I agree. My final thing is, I think, it's this narrative of Lamar can't win the big games. It's, Lamar always falls short in these quote unquote big games. Jack Settleman put this out there a few days ago, and I couldn't agree more. How come it's always a big game when Lamar loses?
Yeah.
Because was Cincinnati primetime not a big game, and Lamar absolutely dices twice? He had 2 phenomenal games against Cincinnati. Was the Buffalo game not a good game? Not a big game? Primetime in Baltimore? Lamar's kryptonite is the Steelers and the Chiefs right now. I don't necessarily think it's, we have to see it more in the playoffs without a doubt. But I just think this narrative of, Lamar doesn't show up in big games, and he's shown it again this year. 0-2 against, now obviously the Cowboys have been a shit show since, but 0-2 must win against the Cowboys. Lamar goes and does his thing. I just think we're going to sit here next Tuesday or next week, and it's going to be right after the Ravens game. Lamar Jackson does Lamar Jackson primetime stuff. And because it's primetime, because it's everyone's watching, the narrative's going to be probably, oh my gosh, Lamar Jackson's the front runner for MVP. And then the next week, it's going to be Josh Allen's the front runner for MVP. It changes every single week. It doesn't matter.
That's exhausting. You guys want to know as well, people, why they say it's a big deal when Lamar loses games?
Because he doesn't do it often.
What do you think his record is right now? And I got to fact check that this is exactly right, but it's pretty close if it's not. What do you guys think his record as a starting quarterback is?
In his career?
Lamar, he's got like 70-some wins, right?
Just below it.
68.
And 14 losses or some crazy shit like that?
No, it's higher than that now. 69 and 28.
28. Okay.
Record as a quarterback. So, I mean, we can do the math.
Is that good?
I'll pull out the calculator.
I don't know if that's good or not.
But I think that we want to sit here and try to bring down greatness. Like Patrick Mahomes and them, they beat every team. They have winning records against almost everybody. Patrick Mahomes is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Andy Reid is one of the best coaches of all time. But go look around the rest of the league. Who is having this type of success on a consistent basis? The next closest to Mahomes and Andy Reid, and people aren't going to want to hear that, is John Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson over this time period where their record has reflected.
Yeah.
When Lamar plays, the Ravens usually win.